Hi everyone, today's sequence is specifically for all of you runners out there. So we are gonna work on opening up the hips, opening up the back of the legs, stretching the IT band, releasing some tension through your upper body, and just making sure that you are ready for your next long run. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. All right, so today to start our yoga practice, we are going to come into hero's pose. So we're gonna come to sitting on our knees. We're gonna start to just gently stretch out our legs in this pose. So you can bring hands onto knees, roll shoulders down away from your ears. Big breath in, big breath out. Big breath in through the nose, out through the nose. On an inhale, we're gonna bring our shoulders up, roll them down away from our ears. Big breath in, up. Big breath out, roll them down. One more time, big breath in. This time, open mouth, exhale and drop them. Inhale up. One more time, inhale up. And let it go. We're gonna come up onto our toes. So you're just gonna tuck your toes under. Lift yourself up slightly. If you've been running, you might need to give yourself a little bit of love through your feet. Depending on how your toes feel here, you may need to release them, or another option is to also come onto a block. Then from here, we're gonna add in a shoulder stretch to release some of that tension that you can hold through your neck and your upper shoulders when you're running. So what we're gonna do is bring our arms out in front of us. We're gonna cross right arm under left, cross once, cross twice if you can. And then inhale here, big breath in, big breath out. And then adding a little bit more movement in, we're gonna inhale, lift our arms. Exhale, round through the back, bringing elbows towards your belly button. Inhale up, exhale to round. Inhale up, exhale to round. And then releasing out in front of you, crossing left arm under right this time, cross at the elbows, cross at the wrists. Inhale to lift, exhale to round. Inhale to lift, a little bit of a back bend here as well. Exhale to round. Inhale, lift. Round one more time. And then inhaling to release your arms. Let's roll those shoulders up, down, and back. One more time. And you can release your toes here and just pat them out on the mat. So you can come forward a little bit and just give them a good pat to release any tension that you might be holding on to there. From here, we're gonna shift our feet out of the way, come down onto the mat. Bringing feet out in front of you, we're gonna start to stretch through the groin muscles here. So feet together, almost like you're looking at the pages of a book. So you can grab onto your feet, kind of open them up like a book. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, you can start to come forward just slightly here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, come forward just a little bit. And the goal is not to come all the way down to your feet here. You're really trying to create length through your spine while opening up through your groin and your hips. Now, if you're feeling a lot of tension here, you can also bring your feet a little bit further away from your body. If you're feeling really good, you can bring them in a little bit closer. Find the spot that works for you, and then stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Come back through center. We're gonna shift onto our hands and knees, bringing wrists directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. One round of cat-cow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round through the back. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're gonna move side to side. So we're gonna look over left shoulder, cock that left hip out and try to look towards it. Back to center. Onto the right side, looking over right shoulder, trying to see that right hip behind you. Back to center, one more time on each side, to the left, and then through center and to the right. We're also just going to do a quick neck release here. Again, releasing any of that tension that you may build up while you're running. So you can simply just move your neck in fluid circles. Whichever side feels best, just make sure to switch sides at some point. And then bringing your neck back to neutral, one more round of cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round your back. Come back to a neutral spine. Bring hands forward just slightly. Make sure your fingers are spread wide. We're going to tuck the toes, lift hips up and back into downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet out here. And then settle into the pose, really trying to find a release through the entire back body, through the back of your legs, through your calves, through your hamstrings, through your low back, all the places that can get really tight while you're running. And then to intensify that stretch a little bit, we're going to come up onto our toes. Inhale. Exhale, drop your heels, lift your toes. Really feel that stretch through the back of your legs. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come back, lift those toes up. Pedal your knees out one more time. Look up towards the top of your mat. We're going to inhale, right foot forward. Drop your back knee. We're going to stay in a low lunge here, really concentrating on opening up that left hip. Making sure right knee is directly over your ankle. You can even move your leg out a little bit if you feel like you need a little bit more space here. Creating a long line through your back body. Inhale, exhale. Let's take 2 more breaths in our deep lunge, really trying to create as much space as you possibly can in that hip. So inhale, create space. Exhale, come a little bit more forward. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Then we're going to move into an IT band stretch. We're going to scoot that right foot forward as far as you can. Come up onto your heel. So we're in half monkey or kind of half splits here. We're going to grab onto our block with our left hand to lift you up, create a bit more space here. And then we're going to twist. So you might want to bring this block a little bit further away from your body. And then inhale to create length. And exhale, twist open. Hopefully starting to feel the stretch all the way through your leg, through your IT band here. And again, you may need to move that block a little bit further out to twist all the way through. One more breath. Inhale, twist further. Exhale, come back down. Once your hands are back on the ground, you're going to scoot that front foot back in. Come onto hands and knees. One round of cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale, round. Back to a neutral spine. Then we're going to actually step our feet in. So you're kind of stepping your feet in under your belly button into a low squat. So this is, again, going to really help us open up through our groin. It's going to help to release some tension in our low back. Now, if you're having trouble getting your heels all the way to the mat, resist the urge to come forward. Instead, you just want to lift your heels up a little bit here. The intention is to keep a long line through your back through the entire pose. You can bring hands to your heart. Bring elbows inside your knees to create a little bit of extra traction here, pushing them out. Long spine, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. And then just release your hands in front of you. Now you can allow your spine to round. Just release your neck. Release a little bit of tension through your back. And then we're going to round up. So you're going to lift your bum, bring your hands underneath your body. We're going to scoot feet in towards each other and then cross right foot over our left foot. Again, really trying to target the IT band here, and then bend forward. Allow your body to hang heavy, head to hang heavy. And we're going to stay here for a few breaths to give our body time to adjust to this pose. You want to give your muscles some extra time to release tension here. It's also a good opportunity to challenge yourself to breathe through something that might be causing you a little bit of discomfort. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to unwrap those feet, come back into a squat just for 2 breaths. Breath in. and out, in, out. And then repeating on the other side, hands under our body, lifting all the way up, this time crossing left foot over right foot, letting your upper body hang heavy here. Relax your head. And again, allowing yourself some time to sink into this pose. Don't be afraid of the discomfort here. I promise it is going to pay off next time you're running. And find the spaces in your body that you can let go a little bit. So you might be holding on to some tension in your shoulders here, scrunching them up. You want to let go of that. Let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your face. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. In through the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. And from here, we're going to unwrap our legs. We're going to switch on to the other side. So we're going to walk our hands forward, walk our feet back, coming back into our downward dog, pedaling out our feet here a little bit. And then this time we're going to step left foot all the way forward, coming into our deep lunge on the opposite side. Untuck your back toes, settle in here, knees stacked directly over your ankle. Inhale to create length in your spine. Exhale to sink a little bit deeper into that right hip. Inhale, exhale. Again, if you feel like you need a little bit of extra space, you can walk that foot out a little bit more. Create the space you need. Don't be afraid to modify a yoga pose to what feels good for you. Inhale. 1 more time. Exhale. We're going to scoot that foot forward, come up onto the heel, moving into half monkey here, grabbing onto our block 1 more time, bringing it to the outside of our body, holding our right hand on there, lifting up, making sure you feel stable here, and then opening up, twisting. Now again, if you feel like you need to move this block out a little bit further, make sure you do that to create the space you need to feel the stretch through the back of your leg, through your IT band. 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist, and then bring a hand back to the mat. We're going to scoot that front foot back in, coming back into a table pose. Inhale to look up. Exhale to round. 1 more time. Inhale to look up. Exhale to round. We're going to move a little bit up on our mat here, just making sure that we have space behind us. We're going to separate our knees slightly, separate our feet so you've got space to wiggle your hips down between your feet, making sure that your toes are still pointing towards the back of the mat. And just take a look behind you, make sure you're going to have room to go all the way back. Now this pose, again, it's going to help with the IT band a little bit, but it's also going to help to just stretch through the front of your legs, stretch through your hips, and really open up your side body as well. Sometimes when you're running, you can tend to kind of cramp up, cramp your shoulders, cramp your neck. We're going to open everything up through the front body here. So bringing hands onto your feet, you're going to start to walk back slowly, 1 elbow down, the other elbow down. Now, if this is deep enough for you, you can stay here. If you feel like you've got more space to move further, you can come all the way back down onto your back. Once you've come all the way back onto your back, you can also adjust your knee placement. You never want your knees to be coming off the mat, so if they are, you want to bring them a little bit wider apart. But if you feel like you can keep them down on the mat, you can start to bring them a little bit closer together, and you should start to feel the stretch completely change through the front of your legs. Find your edge. Make sure that you still feel good, but that you are playing on the edge of discomfort. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Big sigh out through the mouth. And then in this pose, it's important to come out the exact same way we came in. So bringing hands back onto feet, coming up 1 elbow at a time, lifting ourselves all the way back up. And then shifting ourselves back a little bit here, bringing our knees nice and wide, toes together, coming down into child's pose. We're gonna hold this for 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhale, exhale. And then walking ourselves back up. Once you're back all the way up, we're gonna scoot our feet out, come onto our hips, roll our feet back in front of us, keeping feet planted on the mat. We're gonna roll all the way back down. We're gonna do 1 more stretch here that's gonna help to release tension through the hips. We're gonna move into figure 4 pose here. Now, if you are familiar with yoga, you may have done pigeon before, and this is actually a great variation of that pose that you can do lying down on your back. So we're gonna lift left leg over our right, keeping our left foot flexed and creating a figure 4 with our knee and our leg. We're gonna inhale, lifting right leg up, interlace our hands behind our right leg, and start to bring your leg towards your body. You can use your elbow to resist your left leg. Keep both shoulders down on the mat. Keep your right foot relaxed. And breathe here. We're gonna hold for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale. You should be feeling a great stretch through the back of your leg, also through the side of your leg here. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale. Release all the way down. Bring both feet back onto the floor. Bring your feet nice and wide. We're going to windshield wiper our legs back and forth. And then bringing our feet back in so they're stacked right underneath our knees. We're going to bring right leg over our left this time, crossing it over, keeping right foot flexed. Bring that knee away from your body, inhaling your left leg up, interlacing your fingers behind it, and then resisting your leg with your elbow once again. Shoulders stay planted to the mat. Inhale, exhale. If you're really shifting over to one side, you want to try to bring your leg back in line with your hip, staying aligned and centered through the pose. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And exhale, release all the way back down. Once again, we're going to bring feet wide, windshield wiper our legs back and forth. Bring both knees into your chest. Lift your head up. Give yourself a nice hug. You can roll around a little bit here to give yourself 1 more release through the lower back before extending your legs out in front of you, trying not to hit our friend Rodney. Sorry, bud. And then releasing your hands out beside your body, tucking your chin slightly, rolling shoulder blades underneath your back. Trying to release any remaining tension you have in your body. So you can take this time to scan from your toes all the way up to the top of your head, releasing tension through your feet, your calves, your knees, your hamstrings and your quads, your hips, your core, your shoulders, your fingertips, and then all the way up through your face. We can often hold a lot of tension here. So again, be sure to release your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Relax your eyes. And find some stillness here at the end of your practice. You can stay here for as long as you'd like. When you are ready, we're going to wiggle fingertips, wiggle our toes. We're going to bring one knee into our chest first. Hug it in. Bring the other knee into our chest. Hug it in. Cross your ankles. We're going to roll all the way back up to seated. Find a comfortable pose here. Make sure you're finding length through your spine, so sit up as tall as you can. We're going to bring shoulders down away from our ears, roll them back, lift our chest, tuck our chin slightly. Bring hands to your chest. Inhale and exhale. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me for today's sequence. I really hope it helps you out on your next run. Now, if you have any poses that you love to do after you've finished a workout, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. And don't forget to check out the description box because we've got lots of other sequences for different sports. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe because I've got lots more videos coming every single week. And me and Rodney, we would really appreciate it. He wants to see you every week, right? Right? See you next time. Bye, guys. Bye. Look at that wave. So pro. What a guy. Love him. Heart emoji.